Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayowaoye. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this strapless bustier dress with the elegant oversized bow detail. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button also, and let's move straight into today's tutorial. So guys, for today's bustier dress with oversized bow detail, the first thing you need to get is your foundational dress block. And guys, just in case you're wondering why I already have mine drafted, that's because I do not teach how to draft these basic blocks on YouTube. I teach them in my private classes. So if it's something you are interested in, you can always message me on Instagram to find out more about it. And this is my front block, and this one here is my back, but the back dress block. And I'm going to be starting with the front dress block, so I'll be keeping this pattern, this back pattern, I'll be keeping it aside. Yeah, so this is our front pattern. Please ignore this was a mistake I made while I was like tracing out my lines and all of that. So yeah, that's that. Now the first thing you need to do is to decide how long you want the dress to be, and from the design you can see that it's a mini bustier dress, so you can decide how long you want. Just measure from your shoulders to somewhere above your knee, and then you decide that. So for me, I'm going to measure 36 inches for mine. So if you're as tall as I am, you can also use 36 inches or anything you desire basically, and this is the length I want for mine, so this is just perfect for me. So now the next thing will be to decide is to draw in a neckline, and the neckline is a strapless bustier neckline with a straight across like neckline. So it is not sweetheart, it is not v-neck or anything. So I'm going to draw in the neckline right now. Now depending on how high or low you want it, but for me I don't want the neckline too low, so from my armhole level right here I'll just go up by 2 inches. So this is it here, this is the mark right here. So I'm just going to draw a straight line from here. I'll probably use my French curve because I need to draw a straight line from here, and then it needs to come like touch my armhole right here. So this is it right here for me. Now just in case you don't want it like this low, you can decide to like go up from your armhole level by 3 inches. So I think 3 inches is a safe spot, but if you want it like slightly low, like you want maybe a bit of your bust to show, you can just leave this 2 inches. It all depends on you really. Like I always say, nothing is set in stone when you are adapting your pattern. It depends on what you personally want for yourself and your designs. Now what I have, I'm going to measure what I have from this dot line here to this dot line here. Then whatever I have, I'll measure it from this point here outside here. So you got the drift. So if I measure it now from here to here and is 1 inch, that same 1 inch I'll measure it from here outside, just to give that more like cinching, more fits. And this is the mark right here, so I'm just going to reconnect this from here back to my bust point right here. So right, this is it. Now to give your bust more shaping, I'm going to measure my under bust. So just measure from the shoulders, from the top here down to where your under bust is. My own under bust is 14 inches, so just measure from the top to anywhere your under bust stops around you. And this is the mark here. Now on each dart leg here I'll measure ½ inch out. Here also I'll measure ½ inch out, and this is it right here. So now I'm going to connect from here to my bust point and connect from here to my bust point. So when I'm done, I'll also connect from here back to my waist and connect from here back to my waist. You got the drift. And this completes it. Now let's label this. We'll label it this, the center fronts, and this will be the side fronts. And this is what it looks like completely. So when I'm cutting this out, I'm going to be cutting the center front this way, then this way, up, then it goes down, and then the side front will come here, follows this dot line here, then comes this way, this way. You got the drift. Now you just need to add your allowance, 1/4 inch at the neckline, 1 inch at the side. And this completes it. So this is my center front, this is my side front. So when I'm cutting this, remember, if you have a border line on your pattern, just close the border line because we don't really need it. So I'll probably basically just close this and then it's going to be like this, and then I'll cut the center front, unfold, and then side front I'll be cutting 2 pieces for the side front. So when you're cutting on your fabric, remember to also add your 1/2 inch allowance at the middle here and also at the middle here. Now let's move straight to drafting or adapting the back pattern. Now for the back pattern, first thing is also to measure your length. That is the length of your dress, and it was 36 inches, so I'll just measure the 36 inches, and this is just perfect. So this is the length for me. And then for the neckline, decide the depth that you want for your neckline, how deep you want the neckline to be. So for me, from the armhole level here, I'll go down by 1 inch, depending on you. If you want to go down by 2 inches or 3, okay, let me just even go down by 3 inches so that you can see what the effect looks like. So I'll go down by 3 inches so that we'll have like a very low back. And this is the mark right here. Now I'm just going to reconnect this back to my armhole level here. So I'll just draw a slant line to give me like a V kind of shape from here back to this place. Now for the back, for the dart shaping at the back, I'm going to come to my back width here. So this should already be on your pattern, on your basic pattern. So this is my back width level here. So on my dart line here, I'll go out by 1/2 inch this way and then 1/2 inch also this way. So yeah, this is it right here, this and this. So now I'm just going to draw a straight line from here down to my dart leg here, and then I'll draw a straight line from here also to my dart leg here. So yeah, this is it done. Now I'm just going to also shaping the zip that at a bit, just so that it lies flat. So at my waist level right here, I'll go out by 1/2 inch, and this is it right here. Now I'm just going to connect this back to, look at my dart here, this dart here, this dart point here, where it stops, that is where I'll be connecting this. So I'm just going to draw a line on this spot right here, just so that it's easy for me to draw this. And this is it. So now I'm just going to draw this to this point right here, and this is it drawn. Now this here would go up anywhere. You can just, I'm just going to connect it like up here, and this is it. Now when I'm cutting the zip line out, I'll cut it along this way, then up. You got the drift. Now that completes it. Now let me label this. This is my center back and this is my side back. So when I'm cutting my center back, I'll cut this way, and then I'll follow this, and then I'll go this way, then come here now. And then when I'm cutting my side back, I'll follow this way, this, you follow this line here, and then you come here, and that's basically it. Now I'm just going to add my allowance. So I'll add a 1/4 inch to the neckline and 1 inch to the side. And this completes it. This is my center back and this is my side back. And when I'm cutting this on my fabric, please remember to add your 1/2 inch allowance to the middle here and also to the middle here. So for the center back, you'll be cutting 2 pieces, and then for the side back also you'll be cutting 2 pieces. So basically that's that for all of that. Now I'm just going to share a quick tip that I give to my private students. Now just to avoid any form of neck gaping at the neckline, you can just pick like a little dart at the neckline, then you use like your paper tape to tape that down. You got the drift. So you can just pick like, maybe it depends on you, the dart you pick, it now depends on how wide your neckline is. So I won't go more than that. So yeah, that's it. So just pick a little dart here and then pick a little dart also here to avoid neckline gaping. You can also do the same for the front neckline too, and this is my front neckline. Now look at that, I've done that for all the necklines. So you can see the tape right here. I also did it for this also. This is my side front, you can see. So basically that's that. So I did it for also the back piece too. So yeah, now I'm just going to move right ahead to cut all of this on my fabric. And guys, this is everything cut out: my center front, side front, center back, side back. So remember to iron on interfacing on this to give it more structure. So you do this also for all of them at the back. So yeah, you also cut your lining exactly the same way and that is that. So I'm not going to be cutting interfacing for this because obviously I'm not planning to wear this. So yeah, so now we can just move straight ahead to sewing. Now to sew, I'm going to open up my center front. So this is it opened up, and these are my two side fronts. So one will come here, one comes here, and the other comes here. So to sew, we'll lay it right sides together. So lay it right sides together and sew. So ½ inch all the way up, and then when you're done, you leave this, and then you do the same for this also. When you're done, you do the same also for the back, and then yeah, I'll show you the next thing to do. So yeah, this is the front now joined with the bust shape formed. You can see, let me show you what it looks like. So you can see the bust shape is already formed. So, and that's bustier right there. So yeah, and this is the back piece also joined together. This is one piece of the back, and this is the second piece right here. So right here will be where I'll be attaching the zipper, but obviously I'm not going to be attaching the zipper for this one. So yeah, the middle here is where you'll be attaching your zipper, and now you just need to sew your lining. So use your lining to sew, to turn in your neckline to finish it up, and then you do the same also for the back. And when you are done, you just place it right sides together like this, right sides together like this, and then you sew by 1 inch. So I'm just going to do all of that now, and then I'll show you the results, and then we can now move to the final part of the dress, which is to work on the oversized bow detail. And this is my dress completely done. So this is the bust area sewn down. You can see how raised up the bust mound is. So here, so pretty much. And this is the back. I'll be fixing the zipper here, and then this is the neckline, the low neckline for the back. So now for the bow detail, let's talk about the bow detail. If you look at the design from my own perspective, I'm seeing about 6 bows. That is 2 in front, 1 at the side here, 1 at the side here, and then 2 at the back. So that makes it 6. So 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, that's 4. Then 2 at the back, that's 6. Now for me to place it, I'm going to place it like I'll place 1 here, I'll place another one right here, and then I'll place 1 at the sideline, place 1 at the sideline, and then at the back also I'll place 1 on this line here, and place 1 also right here. Now you can cut the bow, you can cut it out however you want, but if you want to follow my measurements, I'm thinking cutting about 8 by 11 inches. So 8 inches width and 11 inches depth. So you'll be cutting a rectangle that is like this, 8 inches this way, and by like this 11 inches. So, and this is mine cut on fold. So I cut it on fold and also ironed on a collar stay to this. So that is this collar stay is what is going to give it that structure, that standing structure. So you use like a strong interfacing or something like this collar stay. So this is it. So cutting it on fold is going to help me, like this other part will serve as the lining. So I'm going to fold this way, right sides together, and then I'll sew all the way. I'll sew this way, then leave this part open so I can turn it inside out and then close it up. So you got the drift. Now you're going to cut 6 of this like I mentioned earlier. So this is 1, and these are the other pieces, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you cut 6 in total. So now let me just sew this now so you can see, we can proceed with the bow. And yeah, it is sewn down completely. Now I'm just going to get the bow, I'm just going to come to the middle of this, and then I'll squeeze it, like I'll squeeze this to the top. So I'll make sure it's bent this way. Then I'm just going to use this thread to tie it up. So I'll just tie it up at the middle. Now this is it. So I'm going to pick this up Like you can just cut any string that is like this with the same material, so with any length, whatever. So you can sew it this way. You can sew it this way just to like turn all the edges in, and when you are done, you place it here just to cover up this thread here. I'm just going to use a needle and thread to just like fix it, to just keep everything intact. So I'll just use a needle and thread at the back here to just keep everything intact, and it will look like this. So let me just do that, and then I'll show you the final look. And this is it done. So everything we've done here, we do it this for the other 5 remaining bows. So when I'm done, I'm going to start attaching it. I'm going to now attach it. I'll attach one, as I mentioned that I was going to attach one on this line here, and then I'll attach one here, and 2 at the back. So I'll attach this here. When I'm done with the other one, I'll attach it here, and then I'll fix also the other ones at the side and the other ones at the back. So I'm just going to do all of that now, and then I'll show you what the final thing looks like. So here's the final thing, guys. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button also, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming tutorials when I post them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.